First of all, remind us why you decided to miss the clay court season, and having played so much tennis through the spring, how does your body feel after that extended break?
Well, I mean, the idea was to play the French Open after all. It was just that it was extremely cold last year in April, May in Switzerland, and I remember I really struggled with my body in the cold conditions, and so that's why, for that reason, I decided not to do that clay court swing, not to be on clay in that time of the year this year, and go rather to a warmer place and still remain on the hard courts. When I returned to Switzerland, I just didn't feel like mentally and physically I was ready to play the French Open, because the big goal for me was the grass court season with Wimbledon and the two tournaments with Stuttgart and Halle, and I didn't want to jeopardize my chances for the grass court season. And also for the rest of the season, I just wanted to be as healthy as possible and not compromise anything. And that's then when the decision came down to not playing Paris. It was a tough one. It's the first time in my life, really, that I pulled out of a Grand Slam by feeling fine. Actually, I was totally ready to go. But it would have been the unknown to just switch surfaces and just enter the French Open, maybe one of the toughest tournaments out there. So I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. And that's why I ended up skipping Paris.
And in your absence, what have you made of the tour, specifically the incredible form of Rafa and ongoing lack of tournament wins from Novak and Andy?
Well, yeah, I think what stands out is Rafa's 10th win at the French Open, and then Stan's great run again in Paris as well. I think the best players were in the finals, and Rafa once again cemented himself as maybe the greatest tennis clay court player of all times. And, you know, he's making a case for himself to be one of the greats of all time anyway, since a long time. But this one is just absolutely tremendous. I mean, I'm so impressed by how you can just dominate one tournament, you know, from start to finish, basically throughout the entire career. And he's been doing that again. So it was very impressive. I was very happy for him. And then for the others, I think Andy was just extremely tired after getting to world #1 at the end of last year. So there's maybe a bit of a letdown there. Then he was injured too, so that didn't help. And I think the second part of the season is going to be really, really crucial for Andy, and then for Novak too. So I think it's really gearing up to be a quite exciting second part of the season.
And despite an early exit in Stuttgart last week, how confident are you that you can carry across the form that you showed in spring and rediscover that on grass?
Well, I mean, I think my game is perfectly suited for the grass, but after losing first round in Stuttgart, you know, I have to maybe reassess my goals and just be happy with winning the first round here in Halle. I'm not sure. But honestly, I've played so well here in Halle that I can come in confident. The year's been great. You know, it wasn't all bad in Stuttgart. I should have won that match against Tommy, but at the end, down the stretch, he played, you know, more committed tennis that I couldn't come up with anymore. But I did win more points, and normally when you do win more points, and I did have match point, you know, you should find a way, and I just didn't. So it was quite disappointing, because I think I could have had a great run there in Stuttgart, but maybe that's exactly the kind of loss I needed to fuel myself for what's to come now in Halle and Wimbledon.